Hi guys, it's Diana. Welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about early intervention. Yay! If you are not familiar with early intervention, then you're in for a treat. Today I want to talk about what is early intervention, how to get in touch with your early intervention agency, and how much does it cost, and what are the guidelines, who is eligible for early intervention, and lastly, why do I care? Why should you care? Why should anybody care about this program called early intervention? So if you want to find out, stay tuned. Early intervention is designed to help infants and toddlers with developmental delays or diagnosed disabilities. They specialize on the building blocks such as physical, like reaching, walking, crawling, or cognitive, which would be thinking, learning, solving problems, communication, which is talking, listening, and understanding, social and emotional, which would be playing, feeling secure and happy. Lastly, self-help, which is eating and dressing. Those are the main areas that they focus on to get these kids on track with their typical developing peers. Now, when I say typical developing peers, I mean kids that do not need any extra help to reach these developmental milestones. Now, how do you get in touch with the Early Intervention Center if you feel like your child might have a developmental delay? There's two ways to get in touch with them. One is usually you will be referred with a doctor, somebody at a hospital, or a medical office, state agencies, educational agencies, like a school or a preschool. And lastly, daycare providers can also refer you to the Early Intervention Center. Another way to go about it is parents. You yourself can call and let them know that you would like to have your child evaluated for a developmental delay. So how much does it cost? Guess what? It is $3.99. Just kidding. It's not all for free, but at no cost to families, you do get some services for free. So you get evaluations and assessments for free, which I will go on to talk about next. The development and review of the IFSP, which I will talk about in another video, and service coordination, which is basically just calling you, talking to you, calling the agency that will be assessing your child and just putting it all together, creating file, you know, all that administrative work, which, don't get me wrong, there might be more to it, but that's what I'm thinking it is. So that does not cost anything to you. However, if you do end up getting services through early intervention, there is different policies for every state. So every state has different guidelines on what the costs are for these services. You will need to look at your state's guidelines and check that out, see how much it is. Again, it depends on the state. So you need to do your homework and find out. Or when you get in touch with them, they will let you know more or less what it is. I think that you probably won't even have to go there until you're there, meaning after they've evaluated your child and they have confirmed that your child will need services, then you will discuss how to pay for it. So once you call them, you will make an appointment and somebody will come to your house. They will evaluate your child depending on what you called for. So I'll give you my example. When I was referred to my doctor, when I was referred by my doctor to early intervention, I was talking to him about speech. I was telling him that my son did not was not talking at 2. He was 2, and he was not talking. So he said, okay, well, let's refer you to early intervention. Let's call him up and make an appointment. So my service coordinator came over to my house with a speech therapist, and she evaluated my son for speech. The service coordinator noticed that there was some other red flags, which I will get into in a little bit, and so it's history from there. Sorry, guys. Once you call the early intervention center and make your appointment, they will need you to give them consent to come evaluate your child. And after you've done that, they will do the testing that they need to do, and they will determine whether you meet the state's definition of developmentally delayed, and they will also determine what early intervention services you are eligible, if any. Now, last but not least, why? Why is this so important? I feel like this is just close to my heart, because I feel that knowledge is power. To me, if you know, then you have the power to either do something about it or not. And I feel like I wish I would have known that I needed to take developmental milestones a lot more serious than I did. And I think I feel I still don't feel right with myself that I didn't notice sooner that my child was having problems, and I wasn't noticing. So I feel like it's my duty to try to spread the word and let everybody know that this amazing program is available here in the United States. And if you need help, or if you feel like your son or daughter needs help, I feel like it's my duty to let you know that, first of all, you don't have to have a referral from your doctor. So if you're going to your doctor and talking to them about an issue with your infant or toddler, and they're, for whatever reason, not agreeing with you, you can call them directly. You can call the early intervention agency directly. You don't need to be referred. And also that you don't have to be afraid of there being a cost to be assessed or evaluated. There is no cost for that. And unless you need services, you don't need to worry about paying anything as of yet. My son, if you're new to my channel, has autism, and at 12 months of age, he wasn't talking, and I, along with a lot of moms, as I've heard, you know, we hear this thing called he's a boy. So he's not talking because he's a boy. He's not developing at the same rate because he's a boy. He's climbing all over the place because he's a boy. He doesn't listen to you because he's a boy. I mean, I feel like everything it's because he's a boy. And when you have girls, when your first child is a girl, you kind of, I mean, I'll just talk for myself. You kind of assume that they're right, you know? But if that little voice in the back of your head is telling you there's something quite not right, you should know that there is this great thing called early intervention available to you in all 50 states. And you should use it. Take advantage of it, because, let me tell you why. The sooner you can get help for your child, the sooner it can get better for everybody. I mean, when I was at home with Eli, it was really hard. I always thought he was a really hard baby. I mean, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is what boys are like. I couldn't believe it. It was the hardest thing I had ever done, like in my entire life. So my life story is going to be for another video. This is probably already long enough. But if you guys have any comments or have any questions or need any more help, please let me know. I'm going to link the link to where you can find your state's contact information for your early intervention center. And I will also link a website where you can find the definition of developmental delay. It's kind of tough to understand, but I'm not going to stop you. So I'm going to provide that for you. And if you want to know more about it or need some help, let me know, and I'm more than happy to make a video about that. So yeah, guys, have a good night and stay fabulous. I'll see you later. Bye.